15 psychological tricks to get your way. Ever find yourself wondering how to low-key get someone to actually do what you ask? Or make sure they follow through on your request without flaking out? Well, my friends, psychology has all the sneaky answers. With some simple psychological tricks up your sleeve, you can influence situations to go your way, connect with people on a deeper level, and get them to open up or take action. This video is dropping 15 psychological life hacks that'll come in clutch no matter what you're facing. Watch till the very end so you don't miss a single one of these game changers. Ask questions the right way. Never say to someone, "Could you maybe?" because they'll take it as just a theoretical question that doesn't need a real answer. Like, "Could you possibly call the registrar?" They'll think, "Yeah, I could theoretically do that," and keep scrolling on their phone. Instead, you've got to rephrase it as a direct request. "Please call the registrar's office for me." Boom, they can't just blow that off without feeling like a jerk. They're way more likely to actually follow through. Stare at their forehead. If someone's running their mouth saying rude, nasty things to you, stare at the center of their forehead. Don't make it too aggressive and stare them down. Just a calm, steady gaze at their forehead. This power move cuts off their disrespect and helps you regain control from a victim mentality mindset. Say, "That's too much for you." Want your friend, coworker, or kid to put more real effort into something? Don't criticize them. Just casually, almost like an afterthought, say the task is clearly too much for them to handle based on their skills or experience. Their pride will be stung and they'll go all out to prove you wrong and show you what they're capable of. Check out their eye color. To build rapport and connection quickly with someone, look into their eyes and take a moment to really perceive and appreciate the color. That brief but powerful direct gaze lasting just 3-5 seconds is scientifically shown to be the ideal length for establishing trustful bonds between two people. Then once you've emerged from staring into their soul, make legit eye contact by smiling with your eyes focused on their brow. That's the sweet spot for social intimacy without being creepy. Just don't drift down toward undressing them with your eyes or up toward a confrontational glare. Don't rush into talking. Once you've made that warm, fuzzy eye contact, don't just launch right into conversation mode. Let them size you up first while you go through some innocuous motions like hanging up your coat or opening your bag. That buys you both a little time for them to take a full first impression of you before any words are exchanged. Then when you do start chatting, they'll be way more engaged because you respected the bonding pace. Look disappointed. If you're offered something decent but you know you can probably get an even better deal, put on a disappointed look instead of just accepting right away. They'll instinctively want to sweeten the pot and wipe that frown off your face by offering more perks, discounts, or upgrades. Use nonsense phrases. To stop forgetting that you left the oven on or didn't lock the door, do this quirky trick. Say a silly, totally random phrase out loud as you do those rote actions. Purple monkey dishwasher for the oven, hairy armadillo twerking for locking up. The randomness makes it memorable. Say, "Start with this." Need to motivate a notoriously lazy employee or get your kid to finally clean their pit of a room? Don't say, "Do this now." That's too demanding. Instead, say, "Just start with this." It feels like a much smaller, more manageable first step. Then once they're in motion, keep hitting them with encouraging prompts. "Good. Now keep going. You're almost done." They'll stay motivated thinking the finish line is just around the corner. Stroke cylindrical objects. Playing with long cylindrical things like glass stems, straws, or pens unconsciously signals attraction, rapport, and intimacy. Do it subtly as you chat to send flirty vibes without being too obvious. Point with your feet. To subliminally intimate that you'd like to get a little closer with someone, sit with your feet pointed directly towards them. Just don't go so far as violating their personal space bubble. Keep it slow and smooth. Flash the OK sign. To assert your authority and get people's attention without coming off too hostile, use this subtle power trick. Imagine you're holding a small, sharp object between your thumb and finger in an OK gesture. As you talk, let people see that guiding hand from the corner of their vision. It's a subconscious grip grabber that powerfully captures focus. Head-to-hand boredom cues. If the conversation starts dragging into snoozeville, use a few escalating body language hints to signal your boredom without being too rude. First, touch your cheek while they're talking like you're propping up your face. If they still don't get the hint, then prop your head up more dramatically with your whole hand. And if that dense friend is still obliviously rambling, put your head in your hand like you're about to pass out. At that point, either change the subject or just bail. You've given them enough polite cues. Fiddle to take a beat. Need to pause the convo for a sec to think something over? Don't just go awkwardly silent. Start fiddling with an object to buy yourself thinking time. Clean your glasses, retie your shoe, reapply your chapstick. Basically, any mindless motion that looks natural will buy you a few beats while your noggin works. Way smoother than just staring off blankly. Be in the power position. Studies by political scientists analyzing presidential photo ops and TV shots found that people positioned on the left side of the frame, from the viewer's right, were perceived as more prominent, powerful, and leader-like. Makes sense. In Western cultures, we read left to right, so lefties catch our eye first. So if you want to convey authority and dominance in a group setting, aim for the left-right power position. Manufacture adrenaline. Here's a wild one. The surges of adrenaline and endorphins you get during an extreme, thrilling experience, like a roller coaster or getting stuck in a stalled elevator, can actually make you start feeling lust and desire toward anyone you're with in that heightened scenario. That's because the biochemical arousal from the threat, fear, feels almost identical to romantic or sexual arousal in your body. This principle helps explain some puzzling attraction phenomena, like why good girls are so drawn to bad boys, or how guys can go from trying to rescue a damsel in distress to full-on falling for her in the aftermath. So if you legit want to chemically trick someone's brain into developing romantic feelings for you, take them out for an accidental, terrifying experience like going storm chasing or doing an extreme workout class. Just don't be a psycho about it. There you have the full 15 psychological tricks to use to get what you want out of any scenario. Use them wisely, my friends, and don't let all this secret knowledge go to your heads. Power is a privilege after all. Stay safe out there and see you at the next interesting video.